Hi, my name is Michaela DaSilva, and I'm here to help all the fellow trans out there who are trying to be what they call passable with your makeup. Like, so basically, if you're new or you don't know how to do your makeup the right way, like basically you can make it too obvious. You can make yourself look like a drag queen, unless you're into that. But I'm here to help you with your makeup and how to look transgender passable. So if you're interested, keep watching. The first thing that you want to do is get a nice full coverage foundation, and you also want to get a primer that is supposed to hide pores. I use the No More Pore by Touch and Soul. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but yeah, it works really good for hiding your pores. This is what it looks like. Oh, like that. And then I just take that and spread it all over my face. And this will give your skin more of a smooth appearance. You know, in case if you haven't done your laser hair removal or electrolysis done yet, this helps to keep your face nice and smooth and pores not visible and etc. Because, you know, males tend to have more rough skin than women. So if you're on your hormones, it does help a little bit, but, you know, you still have that rough skin. Now, if you suffer from like a 5 o'clock shadow on your face, I don't recommend using concealers, honestly. I have this Estee Lauder lipstick, and it's got like an orange color to it. And you just kind of go like this, right over the 5 o'clock shadow areas. And I just blend that out with my finger, like so, because it tends to stain my makeup brushes, and I don't like that. I guess that's because it's a lipstick, but yeah, this is how to get rid of that 5 o'clock shadow. Of course, you put your foundation over it. The next step is a full coverage foundation. Now, you want a foundation that is designed to be full coverage. I'm old fashioned. I still use MAC Studio Fix fluid. Give it a good shake. The reason that you want a full coverage foundation is because you want to hide obviously all this orange that's here, and you want it to be a matte finish. If you have dry skin, just get yourself like a moisturizing primer, because a matte finish helps to hide your pores as well. And I just take some and just dot it all over my face like so. Just like that. And I just take dots all over my face. It may look like it's a lot, but it's really not because I sheared out with a brush. Just like so. And of course you want to get your neck too. And then the brush I use, I'm not sure where this is from. BS Small Flat Faced Angled Brush. That's what I use. I like the angled ones because it helps get into the hard areas on my face that some brushes can't really get to because they're too big or not shaped right. But this one does a really good job. I think I got it at the mall. I'm not sure, but I don't remember. And then I just kind of blend everything out like so. Gotta get your eyelids too. Keep blending. And see how the full coverage, this foundation is iconic, I think. I don't care. I'm so old fashioned. I'm obsessed with MAC still. Just because I know their products work, especially for, you know, the trans community, it's really, really good to know that a product works and know that it's going to give you the right amount of coverage without looking too cakey, which this foundation can sometimes look a little cakey, but I'll show you. It is very buildable. It's buildable full, and that's what I like, because some of them, when you build them up, it just looks like excess cakiness right there, but this one just goes on really nicely and smooth, and I don't know. I always seem to go back to this foundation. I used to use Chanel Lumiere, which is a very good foundation, by the way. That one, oh my goodness, it does wonders for the skin. But, um, don't nobody want to pay $60 for a foundation all the time. Like, $30 is good enough. Okay. Now, what I do for a soft contour, because you don't want to be too dramatic. If you're first starting out and you're scared about contouring, I recommend using cream contours. I have this Anastasia Beverly Hills cream contour palette. And I take the darkest shade that they have. And I just kind of take a small line right here and go right here. And you want to stop in the middle of your eye. Because if you go too far, it can basically make you look like you got punched in the face. Um, and you don't want to look like you got punched in the face. Now, I learned this trick right here from JLo's makeup artist here on YouTube, is you just take this and go all the way down, right on the bone structure. It'll give you a more rounded shape. So that way you don't look too broad on your, what do they call that? Jaw. Okay. Now that we did that, for nose contouring, depending on your nose shape, there's so many different ways to contour for how everyone's nose specifically is. Now, mine, or at least how I contour mine, because I do have a small bump on my nose, which I am getting rhinoplasty done, but gotta look into this mirror right here. But I'll show you how I contour currently. Just like so. And then a small line down the sides, just like that. And then using a separate brush, I take that and then, oh geez, where's my brush? There it is. I take this and you go downward. Just blend it downward, like so. That one you just go to the side like that, and just keep blending downward, downward. And down here I just kind of buff that down. And then I take it from the side and just kind of make sure everything's blended nice. Sorry, I'm looking into this mirror right here if you're wondering. Now for this, I have this small kabuki brush by I think Too Faced that I got in a contour powder palette. But yeah, I take this and just kind of go to the sides like so. Blend everything out. And this helps dramatically with the jawline. And then I buff out my forehead that I did right here, which up there you can be a little sloppy because, you can buff it out and it's really easy. If you want to get some good makeup brushes, Wet n Wild has like a great selection of brushes that are super affordable, like really affordable. And then for this part, you just want to go like this. I go straight back and forth, like so, and then you can kind of go in the circular motions. That's how I find makes it a lot easier. Just kind of go back and forth just to kind of buff out the cream product. And the reason I recommend, if you're a beginner with your makeup, using cream products is they're so easy to blend. They, you can literally like a 2-year-old could basically do this. Which, that's pretty cool. But anywho, the next step that I do is I take a blush, and the blush that I'm currently loving is this Estee Lauder Pure Color Envy Sculpting Blush. It's just a shade like that. Um, I love Estee Lauder. They actually are owned by MAC, but Estee Lauder owns MAC Cosmetics now. So, but just kind of take this, and this you want to put up to your temples. Just put it right over what you just contoured, just like that. A lot of people get scared to use different types of blushes, or they're afraid that they're over blushing, which you can never over blush, in my opinion, because it could always be sheared out no matter what. All right. Now, the next step that I do is I take a concealer, and of course, it's MAC Studio Fix 24-Hour Smooth Wear Concealer. This concealer is by far, it's comparable to Tarte Shape Tape. It is super good. And I just kind of take some lines and go like this and keep blending that out with I blend mine out with my foundation brush. And I do it up here too. You can also get some really good tips from Jeffree Star's channel. He is amazing at doing makeup, and you can get really good tips from him. And plus, he's great with reviewing products. But then you just kind of take this and just kind of press down and blend it out just like that. Like if you use a flat top angled brush, it just does it for you. It's amazing. Same thing on the other side. Just keep blending that out. Okay. And if you accidentally went up, how do I say this? If you got some concealer on where you contoured your nose, just easily take the same brush you blended with, like this, and it'll fix it. Now I use, for setting powder, I use by Revolution Banana Light. I put it actually in a jar like this, so it makes it easier for me to get a hold. And I use Real Techniques Beauty Blender. And I just kind of set underneath the eyes. This will give an all-over smooth appearance, which can hide the pores right there, can hide fine lines. Because if you don't set, concealers can tend to crease, which, a lot of people know that these days. And yeah, I do it on my forehead too. And then I also do the sides right here. And this will help smooth out if you shave there, and help give you an all over smooth appearance. And I also do right here because I have some smile lines that just go crazy sometimes. Okay. Now, while you're waiting to do that, go ahead and get you a eyelid primer. I just use the e.l.f. one. I used to use the MAC paint pot, I believe they call it, but I ran out. So back to this good old e.l.f. it is. Which, they basically, a lot of them mostly do the same thing. It's just really to conceal the redness or the discoloration on your eyelid. Then I take, this is by Real Techniques, I'm not sure which one, it's the 201 brush, and just take a bronzy color. This is the MAC Soft Focus Light Sweep Warm Light Shade Duster Shadow Definite. It's the Studio Fix Sculpt and Shaped Contour Palette. This is the powder one, which is really good. But I just take the more orangey bronzy one, and I just kind of go in my crease, just like so. Because if you're new to makeup, you don't want to overdo it, especially if people aren't used to seeing you wear a lot of it. you want to go with more as natural as possible so you're not trans obvious. Um, I know when I first started, I did it all on my own. Like, I just kind of watched YouTube videos. So that's why I decided to make this video because, a lot of people don't really know what they're doing. And there was nothing wrong with that at all because I was one of those people. Um, then I just kind of take a shimmery color. This is by, I'm not sure where I got this from. It's Mac Studio. I'm not sure where they even sell this at. I think I got it for Christmas or something, but it's got like a shimmery shade. And I just put that on the lid, like so. And then I take a black shade and I put that just on the corner of the eye. You can use any black eyeshadow. I have this, Jesus, I've had this forever, this L'Oreal one. I just kind of take that and put it right here, right in the outer corner. Just make like a little circle right there. And then this is another brush by Wet n Wild, and it's I don't even know which one this is, but it looks like this. And I just take that, blend that all out. Just go in circular motions and just buff it out. Makes it look gorgeous. Keep buffing, just keep buffing. Perfect. And yeah. And then I just kind of wipe off any excess on my hand and I kind of do where the bronzer is that I did right here. Buff that out. Like so. And then I take a liquid eyeliner. Now this one I'm going to have to use a mirror right here. But I just take this liquid eyeliner and that right on the top of your eyelid. Now I like to do the wing, which if you're new, it's just follow where this curve goes and just go straight out like so. And then you'll get better with practice, obviously. It's also easy if you rest your hand or your arm on something when you're new to makeup. So that way you're less likely to mess up. There we go. Sorry if I keep looking back there. I have a mirror back there also. This is my first video, so hopefully you guys like and subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna put that up. Now the next thing that I do, you can choose a lipstick. I am obsessed with red, and I'm actually gonna tell you guys about one product though, but we gotta do our eyebrows really quick first. Just get you a little spoolie and then brush them upward because you want your eyebrows to go up because the males tend to have eyebrows that go down, so you want to go as up as possible. Excuse my eyebrows, I need to get them waxed. I actually get them threaded, so yeah, I need to get them threaded, but for my eyebrows, I just use a black gel liner. I used to have a, what do you call it? A eyebrow sculpting kit or whatever, but I ran out of that, so I just go with what I have. And then don't be afraid. Don't go too thick, but don't go too thin. Because if you go too thin, that's like, we haven't been doing that since the early 2000s, and thank goodness that trend is over with because that looked so bad. I was lucky my mom never let me get my eyebrows done, so they've always been really thick. Um, and which I'm very happy she did that because I don't have that problem where my eyebrows don't grow back anymore. And then eyebrows are really easy. You just want to take a small line, like when you start here, and don't fill in here. You fill in the outer part. And then I take it and angle the brush and just kind of go like that. And it kind of gives it that sculpted appearance. Okay, now that we're done with that, the next thing that I do is get all that off of me. You want to get some concealer. Now, for correcting with this to shape my brows, I use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser. This stuff is just really good. It is just a really, really good concealer. I just do it right directly underneath it and on the corner top, just to shape it. And then I take my foundation brush, blend that out right there. Blend it out. I take my finger down here and blend out the concealer on the underneath. And that just kind of covers up, like if you forgot to pluck or anything like that, which I have a tendency to do a lot. Forget to pluck a lot of my eyebrows, but then you can move on to mascara, but I like to dust off my face first before I go to the mascara. And I've been using the same mascara since high school. It's the L'Oreal Telescopic. It is phenomenal. It does wonders. Because I like length. I have enough volume on my lashes, but I like them to be super long. It's this one right here, the Telescopic in Carbon Black. Just gonna take that, go like so, like this. And just keep adding that on. And it's very buildable. Okay, and I don't know if anyone's ever told you, but don't ever go like this in your mascara because you'll dry it out. Put it in there and just wiggle it around, and that'll give you the good amount that you need. Just keep adding it. And I'm going to go again on the other side and just add another quick layer. This stuff does dry pretty quickly. The only thing about this mascara that I don't like is when you take it off, it kind of runs really bad. But I just use the Pond's cold cleanser, and I love that stuff. And it just does the job, takes it all right off for me. So yeah, okay. Then just keep adding more layers. Just keep layering, just keep layering. Okay. Now I move on to highlighter. So a good highlighter that I have, at least I like it, it's the Laura Seller New York Dew Dreamer Illuminating Drops. I have Glided Honey, or Gilded Honey. I don't know how to even say that. Give it a good shake. Push the squeezer a little bit, shake it some more. And what I do is I just drop some on my hand, and I use the Real Techniques brush 300. Swirl that around and go right on top of where you just contoured. Right on top. And I do the tip of my nose. I like to do underneath my brows as well. And Cupid's bow right here. Okay. Now that we're done with that, I then take this MAC Studio Fix Prep and Prime Fix Plus. I still use this stuff. It's iconic. Makes your makeup look less powdery. And then when we're done with that, you can choose whatever lipstick you want to wear. But if you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend like a bright shade. I would use like more of a color that's like kind of like a nude color. I am obsessed with red, like all red everything. Like, I don't know if you watch Riverdale, but Cheryl Blossom, that is like so me. So I just kind of take, and I'm using the Kylie lip kit. I just got this. I usually use the MAC Retro Matte, but I thought I'd give this a try, and I prefer the MAC one, honestly. But I just line my lips. And I fill them in as well. And then go like that. And then here's the actual lipstick. Or liquid lip, I guess you would say. Just don't get me wrong, this lipstick isn't bad. I don't know, the MAC one, when you use it, like when you eat, it doesn't like it looks like it's coming off, but then when you look at your lips, it still has the same color and pigmentation that when you first put it on. Always add 2 layers of lipstick so you know it will stay all day. And then we are all set. And as for hair, I recommend getting extensions. I have the cold fusions in, and I actually just got out of the shower, so it kind of looks a little bit of a mess. I got to style them, but If you have a really, like, if your hairline goes really back due to, the male genetics of balding, um, try, if you want a side part, just go like right where it starts and you can take that and go and cover it. I don't really have that problem very bad, so I can just kind of style it however I'm feeling. Um, I was blessed with really, really thick hair. And like if I get extensions, they have to be double drawn and they have to, excuse me, they have to um, be really long too. I love long hair. It's just something I've always liked. And this isn't my natural hair color. It's like almost black, but it's just like a dark, dark brown. So yeah, that's how you can be trans passable without overdoing your makeup, and you can look as feminine as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching.